Hey everyone, Chris Hansen here of Hansen vs. Predators and Catch Your Predator. Why don't you have a seat right over there and listen to Kyle and Brandon, our podcast. According to my chat logs, Kyle and Brandon have interesting guests.
No, I hated it.
Yeah.
Everybody's sweaty, everybody's on drugs, so they're super sweaty but also touchy. And then they touch your face, then you leave there, and the next day you have pimples.
Fantastic conversation.
He's underground in a lab, floating in a tank of water because he almost died.
And most important, no predators.
Here at Intoxicated Reviews, we intellectually dissect the art of cinema, scene by scene. Here's some clips.
All he is, it's just a fucking big wooden doll full of cum, chasing kids around.
You look up guys who poop in a bag. 'Cause I think that's where you'll find him. Because he is hurt.
It's probably just in your search history anyway, isn't it?
This movie fucking blows.
So don't forget to subscribe to Intoxicated Reviews on all places you find podcasts. Except Spotify. We're working on it.
Do not take product if you are hypersensitive.
Oh, hey, Internet. Welcome back to another episode of the Intoxicated Podcast. I am your host, Sarah McClellan, and if you're brand new to this podcast, this is a comedy variety talk show that gets personal. Every Friday, I chat with comedians, creators, and characters about the messiness of life. Welcome back to the podcast, everybody. And I'm happy to say this, welcome back to stand-up comedy in Halifax. We're back, baby. Shows are happening. And it's fucking amazing. Things kind of started opening up again last week, and let me tell you, it's just been so great. It's been really, really cool to see everybody coming out and seeing even comedians sort of take in shows like audience members. We're all just so stoked to have comedy back and so stoked to be hanging out again. This has been a weird week for me personally. There's a lot of personal shit going on with me. I'm not going to air it out on this intro. I've been pretty emotionally depleted this week. Like I said, lots of personal stuff. And there was, probably a solid day this week that I didn't get off my phone, talking with people about some issues going on. It's just been rough, you guys. It's not that long ago that I released the I'm Not Okay episode where I talked about this, but things are hard, but they are getting better. I mean, comedy is back and it has been just such a surge of positivity and inspiration in a weird way for me. I've been writing jokes. It's the strangest thing. I had the worst day a couple days ago, like full on breakdown mode and just feeling so hopeless. And literally, I wrote a joke during a breakdown. I came up with an idea for a joke, figured it out, wrote it out, ran it by some people, and worked out a joke after having an emotional breakdown. And then I went to see comedy and I saw all my friends do amazing at Oasis. And it was just a really cool kind of turnaround. So things are still tough, but they're getting better. We're trucking through. And just to put a little tease out there, I'm going to be getting up on that stage pretty darn soon. Not going to say the date just yet, but stay tuned for August because something's happening. I'm getting up there. I'm going to try it. So that was a big step for me, but I'm actually ridiculously excited. And out of that, I might record some of the process. I don't know. I have some ideas around the concept of me trying stand-up for the first time. Like maybe I will record the process of me putting my jokes together and then maybe record after my set and let you guys know how it went. Something like that. I think it's a cool moment to record because it's taken me a very long time to actually be like, put me on, like put my name down. I'm doing it. A lot of nerves associated with it. I think that I feel a lot of pressure for things to be perfect and amazing. And everyone I know is just like, just try it. It doesn't have to be perfect. You might not even do good, but it's just getting up there. That's the important part. So it's happening in August. Stay tuned. But this week's episode, you guys, yet again, because of personal shit, I didn't record until late in the week. So this is another really quick turnaround episode. But I'm so stoked that I have this one because it was a fucking blast. These are two of my favorite people. and they've been killing it in the quarantine, doing Instagram live shows every week. It's Albert Coombes and Matt Baker. They are back on the show. It's a silly, fun time. It's all over the place. I play some recordings of me talking and snoring in my sleep. We talk a lot about comedy and joke writing and how we're all feeling now that it's fucking back. So I always love having these two on. Please follow them on social media. Also, please follow Oasis Comedy Tuesday, because this is one of the mics that is back up and running with comedy every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. at Oasis downtown Halifax. If you are in Halifax, come by and check out a show. There's only been 2 so far, but they have been fucking amazing and really good crowds and really good energy. So we can only build on that. So please come out to some comedy shows. I usually repost them on Intoxicated whenever they happen. And you can see some of the guests that I've had on the show. So I highly encourage that. And of course, follow the podcast on social media, Facebook and Instagram at Intoxicated Podcast. We are on Twitter at @in_toxicated. You can leave an Apple Podcast rating or review if you really like the show. But the best thing that you can do as a listener is to spread the word about the show, whether that's sharing on social media or telling a friend. So whatever you can do to spread the word. Please share this podcast with the comedy lovers in your life. But that's all for this week, guys. Please enjoy this week's episode with Albert Coombes and Matt Baker. All right. I think that we are rolling and we're good to go.
All right.
Oh my goodness gracious. I'm just gonna, there's no cold open for this one. Normally I record banter for a little bit. But
now
there's no banter.
We're gonna roll in hot.
Rolling all. I hate this friggin' straight to camera setup because I have to be like,
it's tough, yeah.
It's gonna change.
You can look at us on here.
Yes.
That's what I'll be doing. That's what I'll be looking at your faces.
I look at the screen and then that way it's easier as opposed to unless something crazy is about to go on, I'll go, wait, what?
Oh, we should
have to look at you physically.
See, because the issue is
we should come back here and exchange a look behind Sarah's head.
You could do that.
We'll do it secretly.
The issue is I could do it with Kirsten because I could do split screen.
Because she's a girl. Okay, fine. We're 30 seconds into the
podcast.
Here we go.
Here we go. Because I had her sit there. And I had the options be split screen. Like I had it, I'll just quickly show. I could switch between the two.
Yeah.
And also a split screen. But I can't do split screen with more than, it just won't work ratio-wise. Yeah. And so I could do multi-screen if you want it 2-in-1, but then someone would have to sit by themselves.
We could do that for characters.
It'd be kind of cool, actually. I wouldn't mind being over there on the gold all on my own.
No.
Yeah, you guys interview me.
Do you want to?
Later on, we will.
Yeah,
we'll do an episode of America's Got Talent.
Oh my god, I'll do it. Yeah,
but also too, I love multicam, but I don't want to be the one controlling the camera.
Yeah.
I'd like someone to come hang out and do that. You know, so I might put a fake job post out and be like, intoxicated intern.
Come hang out with my cat.
Come hang out and you can drink and you can be part of the team even though you don't talk.
Free rent, you just crash on the couch. They could be like a little part of your home.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like a new pet.
Yeah.
Just sitting in the cat house.
Yeah.
It's where you live now, pal.
And they don't speak unless spoken.
It's you know what it is? I need a Jamie. Like how Joe Rogan has Jamie. I need a Jamie.
You need a Jamie.
Yeah, I need a Jamie. Yeah. So
maybe just shoot a message to Jamie. Maybe he doesn't want to work for Joe anymore.
I actually don't even know his last name or anything.
Well, he probably keeps it that way.
I don't know his
Jamie,
identity.
Shit, I do know because he's on Kill Tony too, right?
Is he really? I didn't know that.
Isn't he the guy that runs Kill Tony?
I didn't know
I
that.
thought that was Tony Hinchcliffe.
Well, the guy who runs the boards.
Ooh.
Kill Tony. Isn't that him? I could be wrong.
I don't know. That's I've never known his identity at all, other than Jamie. I don't even know what he looks like.
Okay, well,
but listen,
I know what he looks like.
I'm not selling this well. It's still a very important element of Joe Rogan.
The nice thing about the split screen is, Sarah, can you pull up the second screen for a sec? I would just have to go to our quick sponsor here, folks. Bananas. No brand in particular. That's right. It's a perfectly good banana slowly rotating around. This is no particular brand. Ignore the sticker. Bananas. Full of potassium, calcium, and peel. That's right. Sex appeal. Bananas.
Can you throw in... I got a little spot I got to do for this one. Yeah.
Oh.
Throw it in there.
Both of them?
My name is Bubble Lee, and I am a tasty beverage.
Bananas. They drink bubbly. All right, that's perfect. Thanks so much.
Yeah.
Listen, super wild.
The studio is a work in progress. Bear with me, people, but I do want to make it better. But like, there's certain things I gotta do. Like, I really want like all this shit to be off to the side, and I just want like a podcast table. Like, I just want. Do you know what I mean? But
PCT, I get it. Yeah.
But also, people do want to see themselves, so I do need like a screen somewhere. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Screens. You should have a giant table with a bunch of screens set into the table.
Jeez,
that we all look down.
Like your own little personal monitors of like what you look like.
Or Google Glass. Let's all go Google Glass. Yeah.
Google Glass. I haven't introduced our guest yet. I'm very, very excited. Two regulars. Two very much so regulars. You guys have both done this a bunch of times.
Third time.
This is my third time.
Or is it both of your third times? Because you did with Andrew,
it's my fourth.
with Solo, and with Robbie.
Oh yeah, it's
so
my
you're
fourth.
4.
Sorry.
And you are Chris, Adrian.
Oh my God, this is my fourth too.
Oh.
Yeah.
And fucking Mitch.
Yeah, fourth.
Holy shit.
I thought I was only on 3. And a bunch of debates and shit too.
Yeah,
debates are so
those
much
things.
fun.
They do count, but they don't count.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of like the intoxicated count, I'm still at 4 as far as I'm concerned.
You guys are both regulars for sure. Regular status has been achieved, and I'm very, very happy to be here tonight.
Hey, we're regular. Shout out to All Brand.
Shout out to bananas. All sorts of fiber.
So, guys, Matt Baker is here.
Hey!
And Albert Coombes. Welcome back.
Thanks for having us.
It's been so long.
You.
It's been, this is crazy to be here physically.
It's weird.
I know,
Physically
right?
to be
last week.
Well, me and Albert were talking about how Albert hasn't done a solo episode yet.
I never have. Yeah, Sarah finds me intimidating.
You don't need
most people do.
You don't need a solo episode with Albert. Albert's like a steak, you know. He goes great with potatoes. But if you just eat steak alone, you're like, oh, this is weird.
The potato bean. That was Chris and Kyle's episode.
No, that's
name,
a great
potatoes.
point. I'm steak and you're potatoes. I couldn't have said it better myself.
Man, because I'm a fucking baked potato. My heart's a mashed potato.
Oh, mine too. Big time.
Nah, my heart's a scalloped potato. Someone fucking cut it up and fried it.
You know what?
No.
I realized
but
that
it's delicious.
I cut my own heart up.
Really?
I make things worse for myself with heartbreak stuff.
You know what I just watched last night? First time ever? Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Oh, so good.
Crazy.
Where's
I
my
really
bone?
like
Where's that machine when you need it in real life? That's what I want to know.
I'm pretty sure it's called alcohol and cocaine.
But it doesn't.
also, I
but it
think
doesn't permanently erase someone. It only temporarily erases something.
Well, you're not using it enough.
Hey, giving up on the plan, Sarah. Just never be sober again. That's the plan. You go down a dark road, and you don't get off the dark road. What are you doing?
I'll tell you this, Sarah, all right? I know you're saying it doesn't exist, but I went to high school with a guy named Brian, and he got so fucked up on cough syrup and over-the-counter drugs that once he got out of rehab, he didn't know anyone.
Okay,
so
I can get, but I don't want to not know anyone.
You're just not committed enough.
But would you want to erase everyone just to forget one person?
I mean,
that's
sure.
that's the question that the movie poses, and I believe, although it's been several years, I believe at the end they decided, no, that wasn't such a good idea. no.
Spoiler alert!
Stunk.
Yeah. I love that movie though. That's one of my favorite movies.
It's really well done.
Like, and it's heartbreaking too. Fucking heartbreaking.
Yeah, he's so good.
They're so good together too. Oh my gosh.
What's the lady's name?
Kate Winslet.
I
Googled her after because I was like, wow, she's beautiful.
Yeah, that's fucking Rose from Titanic.
Really?
Yes.
I've never seen. I don't think I've seen
Chris
Titanic.
really likes?
Yeah, Chris really likes Titanic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to Chris Halef, who loves romantic movies like Titanic.
Does he?
Yeah.
He does.
What a softie.
He likes to cry and then say to nobody in the room, "Paint me like one of your French girls." There's nobody there. He's just on a couch, balled up.
Oh my goodness! But I'm so happy to be here with y'all. I've been a garbage podcaster lately, and I've been leaving all my episodes to the night before lately, and it's unacceptable. And I'm gonna get my shit together and fix that. But I appreciate you guys for coming on last minute.
Thanks for having us. Never last minute.
We're stoked.
What
I
were we
don't
gonna
mind.
do?
We got nothing else to do, but that not to make it seem like this doesn't have value. And we're like, well, there's nothing else. But I mean,
but you were free, is what it.
Yeah, I was available. Yeah. I cleared my schedule, which was already cleared.
No, literally, if I had to, sweep my bathroom, I wouldn't have made it. Yeah. Like this is last on the list of things for me to do.
Right. Yeah.
If I wanted to go buy a soda, I would have been like, "Sorry, Sarah, I can't make it."
Are you guys okay? So like, I have like this weird thing where like I don't like canceling plans ever. Like I will.
Oh yeah.
Like
I hate doing it.
Like, are you ever really excited when something gets canceled and you're like, "Fuck yeah, I didn't want to go anyway." Yeah. No.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Where you're like, I didn't want to go anyway.
Well,
fuck yeah.
Sometimes I just don't want to leave. But I do have a rule that if I can do something instead of doing nothing, I'll do that because laziness will destroy you. Like you just turning things down for no reason is such a bad way to live. But it feels so nice to just have nothing to do sometimes.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is.
When people bail, it's kind of nice to just have a night.
Have a night.
Yeah.
I feel guilty for feeling that way after quarantine, which was like so many nights of that.
Oh yeah.
Where there was nothing.
But then it's almost habitual to do it, so you're like, oh man, I should probably not do anything because I'm not used to doing something yet. You know?
That's true.
I've
you gotta
felt
use
that
back
way.
into having life.
I felt that way even like recently, being like, I can only commit to like 2 things per day.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Like I'm still adjusting back to like what it is to be a productive person in the world.
2 things a day is a
See,
lot of
I never was. So.
That's not true.
I'm a productive member of society.
I would say that you're the most productive out of the 3 here.
Albert, for some reason, is like he's got like the trifecta. He's funny.
Yeah.
He has got a hold on his finances.
Yeah.
And he's just such a likable dude.
And you also can stay out past 11, which is
I
another
stay up till 3 anyway, so it stinks.
Also, you have a license, which a lot of females look for in a guy.
They do. I don't have a car though.
Yeah, but
which a
lot
lot of females.
But you have a job where you can rent a car.
I could get a car, yeah.
Which is insane. For me, if I was like, "Can I rent a car, Matt?" You'd be like, "Yeah." If you save really, really hard.
It was super cheap, to be fair.
Yeah.
$220 for a week.
Do you guys think that that's a quality women look for in men driving?
I don't know.
Well, I would say that your odds are significantly better if you have a car.
Yeah.
You can just do more stuff.
We were talking about, we drove by a person who had a bike on the back of the car, and we're like, oh, that's some biker guy going to Sarah's house. He's got a hot date. And then we were talking about the idea of like a biker guy, like being like a motorcycle guy, and then like just a cyclist. So the terms are biker boy and cyclist cuck.
This guy's weird though. He's got a bike attached to his car. He probably owns both. Like, way to rub it in. I tape one vehicle to my other vehicle.
Dude, that's like ducks, man. That's why I don't understand why we don't hate ducks more. You know?
Ducks? They have teeth.
They can fly. They can walk. They can swim. It's like they got it great.
Pick a lane.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
But they also they have teeth. Do you ever see a duck's mouth?
No, I have not seen a duck's mouth.
If you just Google like duck teeth, you will be terrified.
What did you accidentally try Googling?
No, it was.
Oh, fuck teeth. Oh, son of a bitch. Goddamn autocorrect common duck teeth.
It was Nature is Metal, the subreddit that I go on like all the time.
Nature is Metal.
Yeah, Nature is Metal.
Have you ever seen just the zoomed in of the duck's bill, and then the thing, like, it just looks like a little dog's face? A duck's bill? Wait, hang on a second. I'm going to look this up right now, just so I can show it to you.
Have you seen the inside of a leatherback turtle's mouth?
Oh, that's pretty freaky. Are we all just gonna look up?
Wait, no. This is the thing I want to see.
Oh shit, my phone. Low on a charge.
Okay, yeah. Look at it. Doesn't it look like a dog's face?
Oh my god, it does!
It's crazy. Somebody showed that to me once, and it always, forever, looks like a dog's face.
That's madness.
Dude, that's the inside of a leatherback turtle's mouth.
Oh, that's horrible. I don't want to
scary.
That
very spooky.
Yeah,
like
ducks' bills look like dogs' faces. Look at them.
I'm gonna put those images in the video version of this.
Nice, that's good.
Chop
Don't put that one in. That's horrific. I'm gonna be honest with you. That just ruined my day. I'm not gonna have a good set tonight because of that shit.
Oh my god, you guys have a show tonight. That's exciting.
We do.
At the Grind downtown on the waterfront.
Yep, for sure. Hopefully you have more.
And and are you guys excited for that?
Yeah, I am for sure. It's Matt's hosting, which is good. Setting up a new room.
Yep.
Which is excellent. A Thursday mic finally.
Yeah, that's great.
Since
that's amazing.
High Life closed, hasn't been one.
Yeah. And you've both been on stage since everything's reopened.
Yeah.
So how did all of your sets go? How are you finding the transition back?
Well, I've only been up once. It was great though. It was really fun. Felt natural.
Were you drunk?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just gonna say because you said you were drunk and
I wasn't like horribly drunk. I did get Matt to bring me up by saying that I was drunk so that I could go into my
you got him
drunk
to
impression.
Say that.
I asked him to say that. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, because I was going in with the impression of my dad, which isn't really an impression.
I
of my
love
dad,
that. I love that joke. I love that joke so much.
And so I thought it'd be funnier if he brought me up as I'm drunk.
Yeah.
And I think that's a better way to do it because that way the host doesn't think you're a fucking piece of shit either.
Yeah.
Like it's different with Matt. He knows me, so he wouldn't.
Yeah.
But like for somebody I don't know,
I
should probably let them in on the joke.
Yeah.
What did he say? The inebriated Albert
yeah.
Coombes. The inebriated Albert Coombes, I think is what he said. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
The wasted. Your ex-comic's fucking obliterated. He's up on stage, Albert Coombes.
He's wasted, shit-faced. I wish I remembered more Eminem lyrics right now. How does the rest of that sound go?
Last night, I got a little bit wasted. Yeah. I don't know.
And Matt, how are you finding it?
It's fun. Yeah, man. It's such a fucking high to get on stage and like you're like, oh, but then like I had this discussion over quarantine with my friends that I live with who are comics, and I was just like, comedy is like this feeling that you get, and like as soon as you do it and you get off stage, you have this huge rush, and it's the best high you've ever had, but then it disappears quick.
I've heard this about this.
It's exactly like cocaine.
I need it.
Is it like a come down kind of thing? Like you feel very high and then you have that crash kind of thing?
Yeah. But then like it's funny because you had 3 months of not having it at all, so you're like, oh, I'm clean. And then you go back into it. But it was fun. I mean, shout out to everyone in Halifax, all the comics. Like it was sweet.
God, big shout out.
Everyone did great. Shout out to people in Halifax for showing up and supporting live comedy because that. You know, it's
more than ever. It feels like
packed rooms.
It really feels like we're getting better attendance now, and it's not like there are the regulars there that you recognize, but it's like new faces too, which is crazy good.
Yeah.
So we got to keep that up, Halifax. We got to fucking keep that up.
Yeah. No, it was sweet. Everyone was super and like I said, comics put in work too, man. It was sweet to see everyone do newer material, or even those who didn't do as much newer stuff. Strong, like I saw some strong sets from people who from before quarantine. I was just like, oh, that's just a person, and then they came back and they're like a great set. I was like, holy shit!
Yeah,
like, there's a few people that I was just like, man, well done.
On practice, Mitch had a really great set when we were there.
Like that's when I'm saying that
Mitch.
I'm thinking about Mitch.
Mitch. Yeah.
Props to Mitch if you're watching this.
And I gotta say, I think that there is something to the fact that, and me and Emma have talked about this. In a weird way, the lack of comedy brought people closer because we came together as friends. Yeah. And I think that there's something about when you're hanging out more as friends around each other, you're bouncing off each other more, and you're probably stretching that muscle, like even not knowing it.
Yeah.
And I find myself, I make more jokes just randomly.
You definitely have been
with you guys.
Sure.
Like, and I'm more like, whereas before I would just be like, oh no, they're not gonna. But now I'm just like, I'll just fucking say it, and if it sucks, then it'll be funny that it sucked.
If you
Oh,
bomb,
you know?
enjoying the bomb.
Yeah,
is
bask
definitely
in
a
it.
key part of it. Yeah, because it's fun. It's great to make a joke that makes your friends uncomfortable because of how bad it was.
Yeah.
Yes.
My favorite thing. Yeah.
That's like
I really enjoy it.
That's pulling an Albert Coombes.
Yeah, I love ruin. My goal is always to make a joke so bad it'll ruin someone's day.
Yeah.
Your jokes to ruin a day?
No,
Well, not on
in like
stage,
a
I mean,
weird,
Oh.
funny way of like.
Oh yeah.
Like taking a pun and just like.
Just deconstructing it. Making
It's
it
just
awful.
like they say like he ran it over a truck or whatever, right? Like that's
Yeah.
what it is. Like that thing's been run over with a truck.
Yeah.
And
Albert Coombes does that with a lot of jokes, but not on stage, just in person. Like it's like this funny like.
It's fun.
it's
yeah,
really funny.
Somebody accused me of making of my jokes being puns, and I was like, well, not on stage. I'm not going to do a pun on stage for the most part, but
you know what's interesting about you is people like you have. Okay, this might be ballsy to say, but
Say it.
you have a brand.
I do. It's Hawaiian shirts and mustaches
And bananas.
and bananas.
No
yeah.
brand in particular.
I have 3, one for each of us.
And
that's
Bubble Lee. I am not an Asian beverage.
that is the thumbnail. Hold up the banana. Everyone, hold up a banana. Got it.
Doo 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 doo
But you do have a brand because people will say something or like make a joke and they'll go, "That's an Albert Coombes joke."
Yeah, they'll say that, but they'll always make a horrible joke, and then they'll be like, oh, I've got an Albert Coombes joke. Hey, look, it's one of my biggest fans. Like what? Because there's a fan over there. Like, what are you talking about? It's not what I do. It's so upsetting.
Oh man, that's funny. But do you like that though? Is that flattering?
Oh yeah, no, it doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
I think to have, I think for Albert and for people that recognize that Albert has like a style almost, or like a voice is like pretty crazy considering he's only been doing it for a certain amount of time, right?
That's right.
That's true. Only
Just over a year?
4 or 5 years. It's crazy.
Wait, aren't you at like a year and a half?
Yeah, January 2019 is when I started.
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't say 4 or 5 years. Because if it was 4 or 5 years, I mean, still like to have a voice or to figure out what your voice is, it's not easy, and I think it's something that's continually developing.
Oh yeah,
but like.
Sure.
You're not saying that that's your voice. Other people are coming to you and saying like, "This is what I see as you," which is good.
And
which
that's
is nice. Yeah, no, I do, and I do appreciate that.
That's such an insane thing to think about the voice aspect because, like, for me, it's like I just don't want to. I have so many influences, and I'm like, I just can't sound like them, and I'm so heavily influenced by them that like I'm scared.
You gotta watch how much comedy you start watching now.
And that's the
If
thing.
you want to jump into comedy.
I'm very careful. I don't watch it at all for the most part.
Yeah.
And that's probably an advantage, I think.
Yeah, to not sound like other people. Yeah,
you will sound. And there's really, truly not anyone else that I think you sound like.
That's well. I mean, I have listened to a lot of Norm, like that definitely, and just spending a lot of time around like or talking to like Chris and Kyle and those guys. Like you talk to Brandon too much, and you'll start doing weird bits, which is great.
Yeah,
like it's a great extra element of comedy, and I don't think it's exactly theft. Like I think it just broadens your comedic mind to talk
it
to
just
people
makes
like
you
that.
think.
Yeah.
It makes you think about a joke differently or how you construct a joke differently because, you know, Travis, for instance, is a very like storytelling-esque thing, right? So if you hang out with Travis enough and you like see him go up enough, you're like, okay, I have a story that I wouldn't mind telling in a certain manner, and then you probably start telling more story-style jokes. And it's not saying that you're telling Travis jokes, but you're telling stories in a sense maybe that Travis would because that's influenced you. Whereas like if people I found just from you and I doing that show, like I've forced myself to write like more one-liners and shorter bits. Right?
Yeah. Right, because it's an influence. It's Albert's influence.
Yeah. Albert's influence and just also what we were writing for too, which makes a big thing, right?
Oh yeah, and the nature of the show was to write a lot of short jokes.
Yeah. So
let's tell.
That's influenced me a lot too. Now I say crazy. I was just, crazy. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. I've started saying that all the time, and I'm like, I'm just doing it.
That's crazy.
We gotta tell the listeners about this Instagram Live. So you guys have been doing this Instagram Live show. Started up during quarantine.
Yeah.
Now,
like April, maybe.
I gotta say something. I'm I'm going to take a little bit of credit for this one because I think the debates at my live show inspired this.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Absolutely. Yeah, that's when we started talking about it.
Yeah, because Albert and I had to go up against each other, and we were both like, Albert was like, as soon as he found out, what did you say? You're like, was it you that said I was just going to do crowd work, or was it me that said I was just
I said you were just going to do crowd work. I was like, this is great.
You're just going to go up there and do crowd work. I was like, yeah, you're fucking right. Like, that's the whole point of the fucking thing. It's just off the top.
That's right.
And I did, and it was fun. That was still one of my favorite nights in comedy.
Oh my
it
God.
was such a great
ding.
show.
And I got to owe it to you because you were the one who gave me the idea for debates.
Yeah.
So lots of credit going right here.
my
I'm
God.
taking
Nice.
credit for the Instagram live because I'm the one who made that show happen.
that's true.
But you're the one who suggested
Yeah.
the live debates, which was like when you said it, I was like, oh my God, yeah, that would be amazing. And I remember just being like, I wonder who would be down for this because it's so on the spot and like impromptu kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I was shocked how many people like were down, and it was so funny. It was
I
so
think
funny.
The most fun thing about that stuff is that they're impromptu and it's off the cuff.
That's right.
And it's one thing to do like a set off the cuff for sure, because I think that's a little more difficult, and people have like this mentality of like, oh, it's a set, you're doing 5 minutes, you should be doing jokes. But when you stage it as a debate, what you're saying doesn't necessarily need to be funny. It just needs to be like this contrasting idea to someone else.
Yeah.
The
And just the
expectation
contrast
changes.
in that can be funny because it's just like, you know, what was it, Kyle Carpenter and Adrian that
Yes.
did like the flights?
Yes.
Yeah, like those are two very different people, just
Yes.
physically.
Yes.
and
So
it was
obviously
so-
the
Yes.
ideas are
Yeah.
gonna be so funny, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So good. So good. And your guys, the introvert versus extrovert one, right?
That was super fun.
So
yeah.
fun.
Oh my
That was
gosh.
really good. And it worked out really well going second because I knew Matt was just going to be just slinging funny shit the whole time, but like without any. I just knew. I was like, Matt's going to say something fucked, and I'll be able to talk about that for a while. Matt's whole argument turned out to be like that. Extroverts will fight each other on a plane.
Yes.
That was like the crux of your argument. I was like, okay, yeah. Well, here's why introverts better. They don't. Nobody
I
likes
want to I want to make the live debates its own show.
It's like
you definitely
I
could.
got the idea from CBC's debaters. Everyone served that, I hope.
Yes. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
I hope you're-
Which is it a little different though because
Yeah,
they
I've
know
never
their
seen it.
subjects ahead of time, right?
yeah.
So it's a slightly different take on it.
No, I think the best part is that it is impromptu because, like, and Albert and I will agree on this, and maybe some comics won't because some people don't have that mindset, and it doesn't mean that they're not comedically funny. It's just like everyone writes in a different manner, right?
Yeah.
But I love stuff that's like impromptu, off the cuff, like
Yeah.
just like here's your situation, because you learn it's like sink or swim, and the audience laughs during every process. You drowning, you struggling to stay on the surface,
That's
and
right.
you like swimming.
That's right.
Like, every part of that makes
Absolutely.
people enjoy it.
And sometimes you drown.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
the thing, is that it can go very poorly.
Oh yeah,
But
It could.
if it goes, like in the debates that you had over quarantine, I felt like there was a couple of times where because it was on the spot, I came up with something that was way funnier than I would have if I'd written it. But a couple of times where I came up with nothing. And it depends on...
And it's tricky because, like, in a situation like that, I think that there's probably an even number of people who like the impromptu and people who like to prepare.
yeah.
You could split it 50-50.
And there's nothing wrong with either
maybe.
one. It's just they're different.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
Is the thing. So, I mean, like, I don't know if I could ever do an on-the-spot debate.
Well, we were just having this discussion just with like you talking about getting into comedy and writing things out word for word.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like I know that I write like just a small blip. Like, what do you write? Well, your jokes are a little shorter anyways and tighter. But, like, do
Yeah,
you
I just
word
write
for
down
word?
like a word or two. Well,
Yeah.
on my set list,
Yeah.
because I want to be able to read that if I have to. I'll just write out a word or two. I used to write out word for word. Honestly, in my phone, I think I hit every major point in a joke because you don't want to forget a point. like
That's
you
my
can with
fear,
just a
yeah.
word.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've got that whatever Comedy Pal.
I actually downloaded that
Companion.
too, yeah.
Comedy companion.
Comedy Companion. Yeah, it's pretty new monster flavor, hardcore apple, way better than last flavor, hard apple core.
I love that joke.
So that's like, you're not writing it word for word there, but you're giving yourself you can.
Every idea, yeah.
Interesting.
He's got the main punch.
Yeah,
Interesting.
that's exactly.
The premise and the punch are right there. In enough detail that it's just like, okay, it'd be pretty hard to stray.
Yeah.
And
I don't want to say it the exact same way every time. I mean, there's some jokes that I have to because of, word economy. You just figure out a way to say it in like 10 or 12
We
words
should
or
just,
whatever.
we should both go through our things and make Sarah tell a joke.
Okay.
Yes.
I like that idea. And also, I just want to let everyone know that Matt brought me a gift. He brought me a notebook.
Got you a notebook so you can start writing your jokes.
Very sweet.
And that's so nice of you.
And
Thank
I
you
brought
so
her
much.
a gift too. Getting to I do. I taped off a couple of key parts.
Oh, no.
No, I won't.
Which parts did I highlight?
Let's see. Although you must respect your masculine man, you will not try to earn his respect. Instead, you will want him to cherish your feelings. Unfortunately, the more you intimidate a masculine man with your respectability, the less he will be able to see you as sexually desirable.
Oh, yeah.
What you want is to trick your masculine man into wanting to chow down on your sweet, sweet puss.
Is that what it said?
Man, it's crazy. This book's crazy.
This book's wild.
It's crazy.
Oh my god. Yeah. I die. So wait, what are we doing? Are we actually doing this?
Yeah, let's do bits.
So I'll give you one premise, and then you gotta tell the joke from one of the jokes that I've written down.
You're just giving me the premise.
Well, I'll just give you what I have written down. So I have like a bunch of random things written down, and then I'll scroll through, and then I'll put my finger on one.
Okay. Oh my god, you have so many.
You have to tell a joke just based off that. You ready?
God, this is gonna suck, you guys. I've never done comedy.
Okay. So the premise is there you go.
Can I read what you have written first?
I mean, yeah, if you want.
Not working during COVID made things difficult. Things got bad financially to the point where I had to eat my pet rock.
That's a great joke. I like that.
So I would probably say something like, shit.
You're lucky. That was a good one because there's a lot of shitty ones in there, and that one's actually pretty good.
This is tough because this is something I've noticed about me. I do feel like I try to set jokes up with too much fat.
Oh yeah.
It's easy to
trim the fat. What is that? Brevity?
TTF. Yeah.
Honestly, like you pretty much wrote that out though.
Yeah.
Like I would probably just be like, we're just getting over the pandemic. It was really tough for me financially, not working. Got to the point where I had to eat my pet rock. Like,
and that could work too.
That's a pretty easy one.
Like, Kyle Barnett's one of the funniest dudes in He doesn't really trim the. He'll put in a bunch of fat.
Oh yeah. But like, because of his ambiance, it works.
Yeah.
Like the character he portrays is like someone that has like a wandering mind in a sense.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
So because of that, it works amazing because they're like, it just adds to the persona. And that goes back to what we were talking about off mic when you were saying like, I just want to throw this bit in here, not so much as a joke, but just as a funny thing to say.
Right.
And it just builds your character.
That's kind of how I saw it because there's definitely. Oh guys, I'm doing comedy by the way. We kind of breezed over that. I'm signed up for my first August 4th. It's going down, ladies' night at Oasis.
You should pick a joke from Albert's thing.
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah, wait, I've got one ready to go.
Oh God!
It's a very quick one.
Did you write this right now?
No, it's already been written.
A friend of mine got a boob job. She's a Walmart greeter.
It's a job for boobs.
I'm supposed to make a joke out of this?
That is the joke.
That is the joke.
A friend of mine
got if I was telling it like Albert Coombes, I would go.
Oh fuck God!
What, did you just get it?
It's a job for boobs. You're a fucking boob.
Oh shit! I just now got it.
She's a boob.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Okay, here I got another one here.
It used to say he's, and if you say he's, nobody thinks she actually got a boob job.
Yeah, interesting. Does Comedy Companion run the timer for you too? I couldn't figure out how to do that.
Oh, you've got to add in how long the jokes are.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. Do you got another one for me?
Yeah. So this one's called Dumb Country Star, and it's not set up. It's not a complete joke.
Okay.
So you're gonna have to. I'm gonna give you it. Don't read what I have written on mic.
Okay.
Then we're gonna talk for a few. Albert and I will talk for like 30 seconds, giving you 30 seconds to figure out the joke.
Okay.
Okay. You ready?
Okay.
Okay. Starting now. Albert and I are talking. Albert.
Okay, what's the deal?
What's the deal? So, Albert, we're going to play Insult Each Other with Ingredients. You ready?
Oh, man, I'm super into this.
There's only 2 ingredients on this. You carbonated water drinking son of a bitch.
This has natural flavor. Matt has an unnatural scent.
I'm way over 30 seconds.
Not a significant source of saturated fat, trans fat, cholesterol, fiber, vitamin A, vitamin C, calcium, or iron. It can be read on Albert.
Yeah. Protein. Matt and who's the guy who's in the news recently? Dalia. Matt and Dalia are both protein.
I can't think of anything for this.
All right, time's up.
But okay, wait. Okay, can I read it and explain why I can't think of anything?
Yep.
Okay, so it's ain't nothing a beer can fix. Really? I can list 5 things just off the top of my head. So what can a beer fix?
So it's off of that stupid country song where they say, ain't nothing that a beer can't fix.
So what can't a beer fix?
There's currently a pandemic going on. I don't think if we all cracked a bud, we'd be fine.
I was just going to say racism.
Yeah.
Beer.
COVID.
Yeah.
My erectile dysfunction.
My
Say my erectile dysfunction.
my one weird labia.
Yeah.
That makes it sound like you have a set of labias. Hey, can you check in the back if we have inventory on a fresh set of labias?
Man, it's like just writing a joke.
Even if you tried to buy them, you probably have to put them on layaway. 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 You can't pay for them in full.
Okay,
wait.
Oh,
one last joke.
Okay, here's another one. Okay, should I just read this?
Yeah, more or less.
I've got 2 razors, one for my balls and one for face and balls.
Got one for my balls and one for my face and my balls.
See, that's another interesting thing.
That's
figuring
an Albert
out how
Coombes
to
joke.
say it, and like when to pause
rhythm.
and when to like. Oh, that's interesting.
And that you just figure out.
And how you say it. So did you guys like when you guys were preparing for your first set? Did you actually practice? Like, did you say it out loud?
I do my set in the mirror before every.
Do you
show.
really?
Yeah. At least
Okay.
once.
Interesting. Do you?
And not this show, but most.
You don't like practice on your own.
I'm
like,
a big car ride guy.
You do it in the
Because I'm always driving. So.
By yourself, like without people in the car?
Without people in the car. I'll talk to myself. Like, so when I drive from like here to Shuby and back, or even when I was out west and I was doing shows and living up on the mountain, I'd have like an hour and a half drive just to go do 5 minutes. So I'd like sit in the car with no music and I'd like fucking talk to myself about anything. And some of my best jokes came from that.
Right.
Because I'm just like fucking smashing a premise to bits, just like arguing myself about it.
Yeah.
So that's how I've worked them out for the most part. Like I can't sit down and write, and if I do sit down and write, I find I can usually write something decent, but not something that I'm proud of.
Interesting.
So
that I definitely agree with. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Trying to write is difficult.
Yeah.
You just get inspiration and write
it's
it down.
The inspiration also is like I'm very thankful for moments that I feel inspired. Because there's like another joke that I have that there's just like the middle part. I'm like, fuck, I just need something strong here. And otherwise it's complete.
Nice.
And it's just about thinking about something funny. Because another thing is like, I really like metaphor jokes.
Yep.
I went through this fucked up thing in my life. It's kind of like this. Like jokes like that, I love. But I also love when they take it further and further and further. And it just goes like more ridiculous.
What's the word when you compare something?
An analogy is...
Is it metaphor or not?
An analogy is like a bridge.
What's the difference between an analogy and a metaphor?
A metaphor, you're saying something is something.
Oh, okay. So I'm actually talking about analogies then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Analogies are great.
My heart is a sunken ship. Yeah. My heart is
like
a piece of trash. That's the difference.
Your heart is like the Titanic.
Yeah.
A piece of trash?
Yeah. The point is that I'm really doing well, guys.
We weren't questioning it until now.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Yeah, you guys can talk about something else.
When Albert wears a Hawaiian shirt with buttons, it's actually called a Hawaiian shirt with butt outs.
Hawaii, did you say that mean thing to me just now?
Hawaii! Oh my lord. Okay, I do have a question. I do actually have
Sorry for Hawaiian, guys.
Jesus Christ. I do have a question for you guys. Okay.
Why, Kiki, would you do this to me?
Because I was told I have to ask more questions.
Okay.
In my podcasts.
More questions.
If you're doing a new joke on stage, who is the one comic's laugh that you want to hear at the back of the room? You know how people have a laugh, like a signature laugh? Like you definitely have a signature laugh.
Travis is definitely great if he does that.
Yeah, high pitch.
He does the really high or the
pop.
snort. Yeah.
Yeah, this is a big pop.
That way you know.
Fun fact though, sometimes he does that for people who
are bombing.
Totally missed it.
Bombing, tanking.
Just
so it's one or the other.
Yeah,
if you get that laugh, it's either because you totally fucked it up.
Oh,
or it's amazing.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of those. I've seen a couple of those. Yeah.
If I can make Albert laugh, I always feel good because
I was just thinking of Albert's laugh. Yeah,
but also
I'd like to see you.
It goes back to the same mentality of like when people are watching, even comics, they're watching in a different way than an audience member.
Yeah.
But that was what was wild about that recent Oasis night, because you're watching it almost like I did actually feel like the comics at the back of the room.
Yeah.
For certain moments during that show were audience members who just love comedy.
And I think the reason you get that is because someone gets on a roll enough where you just want to see them work instead.
Yes. Yeah.
As opposed to like, you know, when someone's not doing the best or like they're doing mediocre, you're just working out why they're doing mediocre. In a
That's
sense.
right.
And then when someone starts on a roll and you're watching them, you're just getting into the joke, and then you're just at that point you're just along for the ride, and you're just like, oh fuck, this is good.
Right. And I think everyone, including comics, were so starved for comedy.
Absolutely.
Even just to watch. Like, you're seeing people come out that don't normally come out to just watch. Mm-hmm. They're coming out to watch
it's
now.
Crazy. That's the thing.
You know?
Half the comics were there literally as audience members.
Which is so cool.
It's huge.
It's so cool.
Makes a big difference.
Supporting your local rooms however you can, it just does a bunch for everyone, because the people who run those rooms, not only the comics, but the businesses that allow them to happen, like they see that, right?
Right.
And it means a lot to everyone. So if you have the opportunity to go check out rooms, even just as a comic, as an audience member, try to, because on top of that, then you become a familiar face for the people who are running the show anyways.
Yes.
And then also, if you're there on the night where you weren't supposed to be up and someone else doesn't show up, you're probably going to go up.
Oh, that's actually a good point.
That's definitely true.
So
that's a great point.
I mean, everyone's got scheduling too, right? I say that because I have the luck of having somewhat of a flexible job, where I can be like, okay, I just want to make sure that I'm free to go to this show.
Mm-hmm.
But on the flip side of that, if you put in the effort and you're there when you can be, then it'll open up, right?
Mm-hmm.
But
that's so exciting.
Support your rooms when you can.
Always support.
We're thankful.
We're
thankful for everyone who has rooms in Halifax. Thanks to all the bars that let us tell our jokes.
Very thankful.
That is right.
It's very kind of them. They don't have to.
Is there like a misconception about stand-up that you think people who don't know, like people who aren't really familiar with comedy, might have, that you're kind of like sick of them having?
A lot of people think comics are, quick on their feet.
Can you tell us more about that?
No.
What about the misconception that you all hate yourselves and want to die?
Matt, do you have something to say about that right now?
Nah, dude, don't worry about me. I'm just hanging out.
No, they actually all love their lives. They're all very happy, mentally stable people.
Yeah.
All of them.
Excuse me, ma'am. Do you have any idea how fast you were going just now?
I thought you were going to say, have you seen this boy?
I would say one misconception for comedy, I think people don't realize the amount of talent there is on a local level.
Yeah, that's a very good point. I had no idea. I hadn't gone to a show before.
I don't think that there's a majority of people in Halifax that probably genuinely love comedy, but they just don't see like local comedy as like a thing.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Because they're like, oh, it's just a bunch of nobodies trying to do something. You're like, where do you think everyone came from?
Yeah.
Like no one just like Bill Burr's not like, oh, I guess I'll try this, and they called Netflix, and Netflix is like, yeah, we'll give you a special. Why not?
Exactly.
It's like everyone's got to start from somewhere. So I think
live is 5 times as good.
Yeah.
That's
Also,
the other thing, it's so most hour-long shows that you would go watch are better than at least half of the comedy specials on Netflix. I can't watch half of that shit. I'm being honest with you. I've started a few specials and stopped them. Now I don't watch a lot of comedy anyways, but like a lot of specials kind of stink. Whereas I've never gone to a show and not at least enjoyed it on some level.
On some aspect of it.
Yeah, at the very least, the headliner is going to kill.
People who who only consume it as like Netflix, HBO specials, whatever.
Yeah.
They don't realize that they could like literally go to a little bar and see
have
it.
a great time.
Yeah.
Like a great time.
Oh yeah. It's always a
knows
great
that
time.
about music. Like everyone knows that they can go to a bar and they can hear somebody play a Chili Pepper song and enjoy that more than sitting at home listening to the record.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that, but they just don't know about comedy.
Yeah.
And I didn't either, to be fair. Like I didn't know how much better live comedy was.
You don't think about it.
Yeah.
It's not something.
But it's I think now because we've had quarantine and because people have only been able to really consume things online, like there might be a bit of an influx of people who are like, oh, I like comedy. I should really go and check out a live show.
Yeah.
Why not?
I want to see something that's not a Zoom call or like a screen.
Yeah, exactly.
I think people, that probably did bring in a lot of people, honestly, because the live shows, and especially on Instagram and stuff, it just has to be somebody in the periphery. You know what I mean? Like anybody who kind of knows you at all can tune into that for a minute and be like, oh, this is funny. If I go see these people and see what they actually wrote and worked on, it'd be even funnier.
Yeah.
That's right, and that's why I think more comics should do this shit that like you guys are doing, like stuff like that. Sam Bartol did a little series for a bit there.
Super funny, yeah. He was on the show last week.
Yeah, we had him on.
Yeah.
I missed most of Sam's set, and I was sad about that.
I missed all of it. I was rotted. We were out fishing earlier in the day. So here's the story. And
I want to know this story.
So we all went fishing. Trudging.
Wait, was it for compliments?
Yeah, always.
No, I can talk. Go ahead.
And anyway, so there's 4 of us who went in. 4 men go in. 4 men and 1 fish come out. I caught that fish.
Did you let it release it?
No, he killed it. He fucking.
I mauled the shit out of it when I was reeling it in. So Joe ended up eating it, but he showed me a picture and it looked pretty good.
Wait, he ate it just right then and there?
No.
Yeah, Rob, it was crazy. Joe's a madman.
It was insane. You ever see those photos of birds with their fish tails out of their mouth? Picture that, except Joe.
After I took it off the hook, he was like, hey, throw it over. And he started doing that thing like when you're trying to catch popcorn in your mouth.
It's like when they were feeding the orcas at SeaWorld. You're just like...
You just see it swim down his... So gross.
What kind of fish did you catch? How big was it?
I believe it was a bass. It was a codfish. No, it was a trout.
How big was it? Give us a...
like this big, give or take. Is that right?
Yeah, about that.
Yeah.
That's not that impressive.
It's a brook trout. It's a beautiful fish.
But it was a really nice fish. Apparently, it was very tasty, Sarah. So.
Oh, so he took it and cooked it and ate it?
Yeah.
We had like ice and stuff. Too.
That's right, because you don't eat fish, do you?
I eat some fish. I'll eat like cod and stuff, but I don't like fish usually. So
what about you? Do you eat fish?
I mean, I will eat fish, but I've taken Joe fishing there a few times, and that's the second time we've gone, and he's taken a fish and like killed it. and eating it. But I'm cool with it.
You release yours.
I always put them back because I always
That's
fish
so
there.
sweet. Yeah.
So it's just another. But what happened with Albert's is because trout have such soft mouths. What happens when you use he had a three-pronged like treble hook, it's called. Not the viewers are gonna love this bit. This is all fucking.
We're learning things.
Yeah, Mepsag. But anyways, trout have super soft mouths. This thing had 3 bar or like a treble hook, so 2 of them went into the thing. And because they have soft mouths, they bleed super easily, and they also don't have a lot of blood. So it lost a shit ton of blood as soon as Albert pulled it out. So at that point, it probably wasn't going to survive anyways. So it's like, okay, well, do you throw the dead fish back in there, or do you have someone like Joe who wants to eat it, and he's going to do a good job with it and won't waste it? So it's like, fuck, why not?
Exactly.
Did you enjoy the fishing experience?
I was super fun. I got a tick briefly, but I got him right off of me. It was good.
You felt the tick on you?
I looked down and he was there. I was doing long pants.
Yeah,
Everyone else is wearing shorts, but I'm going to be honest with you. We don't have ticks in Newfoundland, so they really scare the shit out of me. So I was wearing long pants and I was tucking my long pants into my socks, and I went down to tuck my pants in and I saw this big old tick. So I literally yelled out, "Matt, what do I do?"
You just flick them off? Like, how do you? Because they attached you.
Well, he wasn't dug in.
No.
He wasn't
so
dug in.
I was able to pick him off. But I thought there was like a special technique where like if you don't put salt on him, then you get Lyme disease.
Wait, what?
Salt is for leeches.
Oh, yeah, same thing. Leeches are the ticks of the water.
And now for an outdoor moment with Albert Coombes.
Wow.
Hey, leeches are the ticks of the water.
Trees are the seaweed of the forest.
Lyme disease is really scary.
Oxygen is the water of the woodlands.
The water of the air. Oh my gosh! How long does fishing normally take?
Wood
like,
is the bark of the interior.
Is it an all-day ordeal to go fishing?
No, you just hang out for an afternoon, 2-3 hours.
Yeah, that was good. There's a decent amount of trotting, but the trotting is all nice, especially when you're coming from the city. Just being in the woods is nice.
It is really nice.
Centering.
Yeah, I like the woods. I just like to come home to this inside.
Really?
Yeah, I've never
This?
I've never camped. Like you. Hey, I'm just trying to make it look like Gus's pub, with my Christmas lights.
Don't get me wrong. I love the outdoors, but nothing really makes me feel comfortable like a futon covered in cat hair.
And the mic covers too. Very much. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Ugh. Yeah. No, I've never actually been camping ever.
No, it's sweet. I love it. It's my favorite. I love spending time outside.
Yeah.
It's like a balance though too, because it's like to do comedy and then also go camping all the time. It's difficult because they take place in 2 very different areas.
They do.
True.
Yeah.
And times though.
Good. Oh, great.
Fortunately, different times.
Are
I mean, different times a day.
Yeah.
Are you a morning person?
I can be.
Okay, like.
If I have.
What are you naturally?
If I know that I'm going to go do something, if you're like, oh, we're gonna go fish for trout tomorrow, what time do you want to go? I'll be like, let's get up at 6, and I can be up at 6 and like be awake.
Would you be and you go to bed at a decent hour?
No, I just know they get up at 6 because my body's like, let's go fucking fishing.
Right. Okay.
It's the same way. If it was like comedy though, right? If someone's like, you got a comedy show tomorrow at 6 a.m., my body would naturally wake me up because
that would be the lamest comedy show.
Could you imagine?
Yeah. That's,
comedy shouldn't happen at daytime.
No. It shouldn't.
Hey, how about that gunk in your eyes, eh? Isn't that funny? Boy, I'd love a cup of Joe. So into hacky morning jokes.
Cup of Joe. There's a Joe Harfouche joke in there somewhere.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind a cup of Joe in the morning. You know?
It's so fucking funny. Yesterday with Brandon and Chris, we were talking about Joe Harfouche and about how he's the type of guy to just kind of tell you. He assumes you know people in his life.
Yeah.
Like, he'll be like, I'm just going to come over there with Keith. Me and Keith will be by. It's like, who's Keith?
I know
That's
Keith.
so funny.
Who's Keith?
I
Do you
know
know?
Keith.
Do you
I
know
met
Keith?
Keith.
Okay.
Keith came fishing.
Well, it's just really funny. Like, they were talking about how he just, like, assumes that you know his friends.
Such a great dude, Joe.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Oh, my gosh. That's
Good
funny.
drive.
Good
Me and him driving.
Yeah.
Good
You
chat.
guys drove
Did
up.
you drive or did he drive?
I drove.
Yeah.
I'm a driving man these days.
know.
It's Dr. Wheels.
Adam Driver right here.
Oh my god.
I don't really get the reference, honestly.
I got a car full of molecules. I'm an Adam Driver.
Ooh, speaking of cars, what is your guys' fear?
Don't you mean not speaking of cars?
Because mine is cars. I don't like
I was going to
them.
say, I hope you have better segues when you're on stage. Fuck. Hey, speaking of lamps, what do you guys think about existential death?
That was one of my only crowd
Impending
work things
doom.
I've done. Was just be like, hey, how's everyone doing? What's your name? And what's your deepest fear? I've done that a few times.
Why are you afraid of cars?
I don't know. I think it's how I'm gonna die.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna get either.
At this exact moment.
Hey, honestly,
somehow both Albert and I survive. We're perfectly fine. The car comes through the window this way.
It's one of those rare catamaran cars. Oh no, that'd take us out, not her.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about if the car kick
Pointed
flipped.
car.
It goes like that.
We just both. I have a tire mark on my face. You got a little dent from the antenna.
Sarah's completely gone.
Sarah's just pulverized.
I don't know why. I think I've been almost hit so many times as a pedestrian that I'm scared of them, and I'm also just like a nervous driver. Like I don't like
that's a bad
driving.
thing, though. You don't
I don't
wanna be a
like
nervous
driving,
driver.
but I don't drive a lot, and that's probably my issue.
Yeah.
Is that like I just don't drive enough to like get comfortable with it. But like I always wonder what people are scared of. Like really scared of. Like what really scares you?
I'm scared of Albert
And you
right now.
you can go deep. You can go deep or silly or like sad.
Albert.
I've done that twice.
Be silly. Go deep. Go deep. Be scared. What's your deepest?
Deepest fear.
What are you scared of, you little bitch?
What are you scared of? I mean, you're scared of the inside of turtles' mouths.
Oh, that's horrific. Yeah, everyone would be who's seen that, first of all. That looks like a lamprey. It's fucking horrific. What's my deepest
I'm
fear?
sorry. What do you have against sheep and religion? A lamb praying. Nah.
Wow, that's
Oh my
funny.
god.
That's. Delete this, please.
Edit that out. What are you scared of?
Lamprey was my order at Bed Bath & Beyond when my buddy Ray was giving me a discount. Could I get a lamprey? Anyways.
God, you're so quick.
A lamprey is a weapon I use that I made out of sheep. Watch out for my lamprey! Yeah.
Bah, 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 bah,
Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Oh my god.
Fuck, that was good.
No, that was really good. But seriously, what are you scared of?
Nothing. I have no fears. My greatest fear itself.
Ah,
I'm
it's
just
such a
kidding.
common
No, I get
answer.
scared of everything. Remember when we were on the fucking wharf the other day and I was scared of walking too close to the edge? I don't like falling. I don't like to fall.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure there's some kind of a ghost living in my closet.
That has no attachment to the falling, though, right?
Falling and ghost is just two separate things.
I don't like falling. I'm pretty sure there's
Yeah,
a
they're
ghost in my
unrelated.
closet.
I'm just listing my fears.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Ghosts in closets and falling.
Yeah, okay, so falling, the ghost in my closet, the ghost in my laundry room, the ghost in my stove.
Ghosts in your
Where are some of the other ghosts?
The ghost in my parents' bedroom. The ghost in my laundry room when my parents are in there. The ghost in the basement when my parents are down there.
You don't like ghosts.
Do you believe in the paranormal?
No, I don't.
Is that why you
No.
started? Is that why you pursued a career as a spirit catchman?
It's one of the main reasons that I got
Like
into
how
film.
Batman was scared of bats?
Is that how we got started? Oh no, it's a bat. Oh, and my parents died, but that's not important. It's mainly about the bats.
Yeah, realistically, his parents dying were more of an inconvenience.
Yeah.
Oh my my God.
Actually, kind of a convenience. That gave him the money he needed to establish his bat cave.
Add more to his bat collection.
Life in a cave. Perfect for somebody who's scared of bats. He wears a bat on his head. He's not scared of bats. He loves bats.
Wasn't there
all of his weapons are bat-based.
I thought he had a nightmare about bats or something. I seriously thought that was part of it.
No, he fell into a well, and then the well and the bats all carried him. But the bats lifted him upwards. It was a metaphor for how becoming a bat helped him, get over his parents' death or whatever.
Yeah,
Okay.
if Albert was a superhero based on those terms, he would be Quebec Man, because he hates everyone from Quebec. That's his one fear.
Quebec
Just people
Man?
from Quebec. So he throws Quebec-shaped people. I don't know.
And I want
It's
to
a bad
make it
bit.
clear, it's not that I dislike the French. If you're English and you live in Quebec, I hate you too. It's about the landmass.
It's about the physical location.
Yeah.
Geographically, I think Quebec's terrible.
Yeah.
I actually really like Old Quebec. It's beautiful. It's really.
Yeah.
It makes you feel like you're in a storybook, except without Prince Charming.
Old Montreal is absolutely beautiful.
Prince Charming, more like Prince Harming if you're in old Quebec City. Jeez, that place is filled with creeps.
Yep.
Very true.
The
Old
world
Montreal
is,
and,
Matt. The world
Old Man
is.
Winter.
Old man winter.
I don't know.
Okay, is that all you're scared of? Ghosts and falling?
I'm not afraid
Are you
of
scared of
ghosts.
heights?
Not like I don't think I'm irrationally afraid of heights, but like I don't like being on a mountain when it's windy. It's scary.
He's
feeling.
concerned to get. He's concerned he's gonna get blown off a mountain.
When I'm driving 100 kilometers an hour, I'm afraid I'll jerk the wheel to the right real quick.
Sneeze.
Nope. Just have a momentary lapse in self-preservation.
Just for some reason, your head.
You ever think about that? Just that, like, you
Yes.
would never want to, but just that.
Dude, the
Well, you could. You could do
like,
it.
when you're driving and like you said, you're going like over 100, and like I've done it in my mind 1,000 times where I'm just like, if I just crank this,
Yeah.
I could do like 6 or 7 kickflips.
Easily.
And then in my head, I'm picturing myself popping my car into reverse. So then when I finally land, I just like fast. But it's not. I'd be dead.
Oh,
Yeah.
But hey, a girl can dream.
Not me.
Not in my world.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I have not been dreaming lately. Matt, what are you scared of? Like legitimately, like what's a fear? Like what's?
When I was younger, I was like really afraid of water, like just like the bottom of lakes and stuff. And I hate seaweed.
Oh.
I don't like too many insects, but I'm not like scared of insects.
Right, but you wouldn't want to be like covered in them.
No, I wouldn't. Have
Like the
much
Big
interest.
Brother challenges where you lay in a thing and they like cover you
Yeah.
in cockroaches. That
That's fear
wouldn't.
factor.
That wouldn't thrill you.
I'm afraid of finances.
Yeah.
That's my biggest fear, to be honest. I'm just so financially reckless, and I'm scared that that'll be the impending doom of me. I'm afraid of not getting some sort of financial stability to the point where I'm chasing my dreams and slowly eating away at everything that I own to the point where I won't have money or anything to show for it.
Dear gosh, we went deep with that one. Yeah, no, that's a legit.
But
fear.
hey, what's the deal with
That's-
ghosts?
That's a legit. No,
Matt,
that's.
you won't have to worry about that, though.
You should start an
I'm
only.
just giving you false hope.
I'm also afraid of false hope.
No, I'm actually afraid of debt too. I'm scared of never getting out of debt.
Yeah.
Actually.
I'm scared to death.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Anyways,
I have a joke idea about debt.
Yeah.
Let's
hear it.
And how
Workshop time.
Well, the only way that I think I can get out of debt is for both of my parents to die.
Oh yeah, that's a funny bit.
Yeah,
but I don't know how to make it. Like that's all I have.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. I'm trying to make that idea into a joke.
No,
Like
that's
the
funny.
idea
No,
that
the concept of your parents being like, you're like, all right, you've been around enough. Like, save some for the rest of us.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I don't know. I think that's funny
The
and
idea-
dark.
The
Little dark.
concept of you like approaching your parents and sitting down with them. And having like an ice cream cake and it says like hurry up and die already.
Yeah. Would you mind?
You don't poison the cake, but you put like a lot of butter in there.
Yeah, no, that stuff is freaky.
Your dad's like reading the ingredients. He's like,
Oh, this is yours.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
should we use the candles on here? It says these are there's a cancer-causing agent, and Sarah's like, eat the candles. Eat the candles.
Are we supposed to eat these bananas, by the way?
I mean, you can if you want to have a little ASMR moment.
Oh, well, wait. Hang on a second.
I forgot about these bananas. I bought them, and now they're like not that ripe anymore.
Oh, these are perfect.
Oh, they're the weirdest.
Yeah, this is weird. Sponsor break. Play some music over this with Albert eating the banana. Yeah, is it good?
Oh yeah. I mean, it's fine.
Bananas annoy me.
Albert.
Yeah.
All right, you ready, Sarah? I got a joke written here
we
for
have
you. You
another
gotta try it out while Albert's doing it. This is a joke that Sarah's gonna tell. You're gonna try and turn it into a joke.
See, to me, is this not the joke?
Yeah, it's not. It is, but it isn't. Like you can. Well, even if it is, say it in the manner that you think the joke is portrayed. So, because we were talking about this earlier, you were saying there's a certain way to say it to make it sound like a joke. So say it in the way that you think it sounds like a joke. Keep in mind, it's a fucking bad joke.
Okay, hang on a second. I thought way more murderers. Okay, one sec. I'm gonna suck at comedy.
Well,
I'm not gonna be able to say shit.
No, you'll figure it out.
My god!
You're not reading it off a phone.
And then also too, it's my stuff that I have had in my head for
seen it
months.
before.
Yeah, that's true.
You don't-
I thought way more murderers hid behind shower curtains. Every time I hear about a murderer loose in the city, the first place I check is behind the shower curtain.
That's funny. Yeah. You could yeah.
That's how I would say it.
Yeah, it's good. It's the saying is good.
There's definitely. Do you guys think that there's definitely like a stand-up voice? Like you have a stand-up voice?
Yeah, I put on a bit of voice while I'm on stage.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Not me. I just talk in my normal voice. Hey, Albert the Kazoo Coombes.
Kazoo.
All right, wait. Let me give you one.
I like this idea. This is fun.
It's fun. It is
okay. This is good.
What could we call this segment? Jokes on the spot?
Yeah.
Jokes on the spot?
Decent pause between the first and second sentence.
Sarah tries bad premises.
It's a great premise.
Sarah tries great premises.
Oh, okay. I'll do this.
Make sure to plug your nose when you're saying it, though.
You guys do an ad while I prepare for this one.
Okay, folks, that's right. Not only are we sponsored by bananas, but today we have a very particular sponsor. It's Bioderma, Laboratoire Dermatologique, Brumido Dermatologique Aspatiante, Intoxicadente, Hydrante, Rafacite, Tonifile, Posensible, Muy buente, cancindo.
Muy bien.
Okay, I got it. Ready?
Hold on, you gotta go. Albert's gotta do it.
Oh, okay. Albert, you go.
Okay, I've got to do an ad. Here's an ad for Getting to I Do. How men test women. Like Neil, many masculine men test the women they are attracted to by seeing if they will mother them physically. What they really need is to meet a woman who will not love them like a giving mother, but will like them as a self-centered receiving female until both parties want sex. As a means of bonding and love making, and will forsake all other relationships. Getting to I Do. This book makes a lot of great points.
It's a great piece of literature.
Passcode it. I'm ready. I'm ready for the bet. Ready?
All right.
I don't care what the doctors say. I don't care what the warning on the box says. Okay, sorry. Fuck that up. I don't care what the doctors say. I don't care what the warning on the box says. I'm not going to stop putting Q-tips in my butthole.
Oh, that joke.
That's good.
I miss it.
You got to stop at quit. Well, because actually I could have stopped at I'm not going to stop putting
You motherfucker.
I should have stopped before butthole because people would think ear because that's a common thing.
That's the
Yeah,
so I probably paused at the wrong spot there.
The pause is all about the ear.
The ear.
Yeah. That's exactly it.
Building up the suspense to the point where people think they know where you're going with it, and then it's the hard left.
Right.
A little misdirection.
Oh, I like misdirection. Also, I still put Q-tips in my ears.
Oh,
I still do, of course.
It feels good.
Oh yeah.
It feels
when you
good,
haven't been with a person in a long time, that's the closest thing.
I also put them into my butthole. Gotta stay clean, fellas.
I just love Albert reviewing Getting to I Do. I think that needs to be a whole episode.
Yeah, wait. Do you want me to do another one?
Yes. This book is insane because it's very dated.
What is it?
It's a book by a relationship therapist about how to land a guy.
How to land a guy?
Yeah.
What are they, planes?
And
all men are planes. From the writer of Getting to I Do comes the next sequel novel, All Men Are Planes. How to Land a Guy.
Here's a nice example. Glenn, a successful owner of a small franchise printing shop, probably at Kinko's, liked the goals of his girlfriend, Antoinette. She had begun a small children's clothing boutique in her home and was now a manufacturer with her own label. Glenn expects Antoinette to give up her dreams, and Antoinette expects Glenn to give up the butthole. Antoinette requests in exchange for her dreams she would like to peg the shit out of Glenn. She wants to push that shit so deep inside of him that he will have a tickle in his throat. That tickle, a piece of corn.
oh my god. Yeah, this book is crazy.
It's a direct quote from this freakish book.
Right? There's one in here. Oh yeah, there's a part where it talks about you can't be a career woman. You have to choose between being a career woman and a woman with a career.
Oh, I think I just came across that.
Yeah.
There is a time to put a career ahead of a womanhood, and there is a time of womanhood for ahead of a career. The biggest mistake is trying to do both at the same time.
Can't do both.
I usually recommend that young women get ready for a big dick in the what the fuck? At the age of 45, ask yourself, what is my priority today? Career or family? What? I don't know. It's not that great to read. Glenn, a successful owner of a small franchise printing shop, like the goals of his girlfriend, Antoinette. She had begun a small children's clothing boutique in her home and now was a manufacturer of her own label. This is the bit that Albert read.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so read the next part.
Yeah,
that's on the page, just like I did.
Glenn never doubted himself when his friends would tease him about being a wimp. He and Antoinette fit together in their own way, and it didn't matter to him what others thought. This is a shitty book.
Wait, hang on a second. Can I go in for one page? Because there was something really interesting written.
I love this so much. This is.
So you read that? Like you sit down and read that?
Well, I do because the
Well, you're getting to I do. You don't do. You're getting there.
I'm trying to get to I think I gotta get the boyfriend first, and then there's this whole challenge, which is getting him to marry me.
Well, comedy will make you
undateable.
Undateable, yeah.
Yeah.
No question. Hey, listen, the question is, how do you know if you are in an obsessive relationship? One sign of an addiction is track marks all down your arm.
Jesus Christ.
It's a fun book.
Oh, that's a fun book.
It's a good one.
It's very harsh.
It sounds harsh.
It's very much so just like, if you want a masculine guy, you really got to be the feminine energy. Like, you really got to, like, not... You can't text. Like, you can't be the one leading in any way.
Why do you want a masculine dude?
Because little bitches don't turn me on.
Twinkie-ass bitches? Yeah, I don't think Twinkie bitches will want you either then.
Twinkie
bitches.
If you went out on a date to a dude and you're like, you little bitch, you don't turn me on, he'd be like, okay, cool, yeah, we're not gonna.
Yeah, he would just be like,
I don't know.
Hey, I want my Twinkie bitch.
I've been on so many dates where I have to lead everything, and I don't like that. I like a talker.
Do you think
I like someone who can like.
Do you think
You want somebody who walks the walk and talks the talk, like
That's
a
right.
walkie-talkie kind of man. Yeah.
Yes.
Do you think people are hesitant, men are hesitant to initiate anything right now, just given the global climate around how things are? And I'm not saying that should be a reason, but I'm just saying people are fearful because there's like this, you know.
Do you mean in terms of making moves?
Yeah, like just doing anything. I'm on like that level where like even if a girl gave me a pretty hard signal, I would still like be hesitant and be like, "Are you sure you want me to kiss you or hold your hand or whatever?" And then confirm with them. And it's not that it's not like that I'm afraid of it, but I'm just like, I would hate for you to feel uncomfortable. And I think because of that, you won't see as many men like that because there's like this whole thing around it. I think that's
definitely true. Some of those men are getting taken down.
Yeah.
Because if you do that, okay, if you're a dude and you do that and you make the aggressive move with somebody who's into you, it's great.
Yeah.
They love it that you did
but here's
that.
the thing.
But you don't know who those people are, who's going to be into it.
But sometimes we're really blunt. Sometimes we're really blunt with y'all, and you still don't pick up on it.
That's when you gotta just move on.
And then you're just idiots who don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's true. That's true.
Like, that can be the case sometimes.
Yeah,
I don't mind making...
Which is by far my fourth favorite book by Dr. Patricia Allen, Idiots Who Don't Know.
Getting to I do. Getting to I don't know.
She also says that you shouldn't sleep with someone before you have a commitment.
I think that's crazy.
A financial commitment?
Like emotional
Let's
commitment.
get a credit card together.
Like I need to hear, like, you're my girlfriend and, like, I'm only with you and I'm your property. I'm yours.
Property, geez.
Well, the question is, a lot of times for women, hooking up is looking down. Sometimes I just like to say things that are phonetically interesting without having a point behind them. I really like listening to people who do that too. But try to sell it. I love people who would say something like that and then put it on like a pretty background.
Yes, I was just thinking.
Try to sell
with
it
enough confidence.
Yeah. If you put if you're willing to,
you can put anything on a landscape picture.
Oh, absolutely.
Any bullshit.
You could even put some of this horrible advice on there.
Yeah.
And
I
you
mean,
can sell it.
I don't know if I agree totally with the commitment thing, but I do agree with like not sleeping together right away.
Do you think culture nowadays has changed the relevancy of that book?
I mean, this book's at least 30 years old.
There's a lot of
when your
dated,
man comes to pick you up on his horse.
Okay, wait.
There's a lot of dated ideas
By
in there.
cover
but
alone, I'm going to say 93.
Okay, I'm going to say 88.
Ooh.
94.
Oh shit. 94.
I'm a book genius. I've read 7 of them.
Were you okay? I'm gonna play something.
Yep.
For you guys.
As long as it's appropriate, then cool.
Yeah, none of your dirty porn.
I'm gonna find I have a sleep recorder app that records me in my sleep.
This is weird.
Before you play that, I just need to do a quick callback to the ba ba ba.
I'm gonna ask.
Lamb ray.
I'm not gonna play the snoring because that's embarrassing.
I'll go for it.
No, play it. Play the snoring.
No.
If you're gonna make us do this, you gotta play the snoring.
Oh no, that's embarrassing though.
Yeah, to you.
Let the viewers know that Albert and I have to sacrifice nothing for this.
Do you guys hear? Like, have you ever heard a girl snore?
Yeah.
Is it? Do you think it's like?
What do you fucking think we're but two virgins?
Do you think it's cute?
You guys ever hear a girl snore? Have you ever got a hug from a girl before?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I only bone down with ladies who have a perfect esophagus. I always check. Hey, send me a week of clean tape of your sleep, and then maybe.
Albert refuses to hook up with a girl until he sees at least a month worth of sleep scores. What happened here on Wednesday the 7th where you only got a sleep score of 67, huh?
Oh my god. I want to play the sleep laughing, not the snoring.
Okay.
I mean, play both, though.
Should I?
Do the laughing, and then if it's any good, we'll let you do the snoring.
Okay, so would you be endeared by hearing this in Oh, you missed it. Like, what am I saying? Sounds like
I think I heard what she just said. She said, hey, I'm not pansexual, but I did fuck a lasagna once.
That's my sleep laugh. Isn't it cute?
That's cute.
It's not bad. I mean, Albert's laugh.
Snore.
If Albert was laughing in his sleep, how he usually laughs, I'd be so fucking scared.
Yeah, that's fair.
This is the snore. It's so funny.
Oh no, it's there.
That's not bad though.
It was not too bad. And it was only for a minute.
I was in a tent sleeping next to my buddy who was in a separate tent, and he said I woke him up at 10.
Albert's so homophobic.
From a separate. No, it's not. I mean, this is the story. That there's 2 tents between us is key. I woke him up by farting and snoring a bunch in the morning. It's like, yeah, I just couldn't sleep after like 6 a.m. You were just farting and snoring.
At the same time.
Yeah. And, Matt, it's not homophobia. That's why I have separate tents.
Oh, my God.
Watch this video.
What was this? I meant...
It's so
You know what? It's never not funny.
Farting
It's
is
always funny.
Yeah, I'm with
It's never hack, is it? It's never gonna be hack.
It's never. I was in Jasper with one of my friends, a girl I was dating at the time. She's great, and we walked into a store and someone farted, and it was just such a loud, aggressive fart. She buried herself in the clothing rack, and I had to turn around and cover my face, and she thought it was me. Which I was like,
wait, cover your face from laughing or the smell?
Yeah, I was laughing.
Oh, okay.
So hard.
Okay.
And the guy who did it was still in there.
And what did he do? I want to know what he did. Did he own it?
Oh, he just kept walking. He's like an old European dude.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it was so fucking funny. So yeah, farts are hilarious. Anytime.
Really
they are.
Farts are a great punchline, by the way. Since you're writing jokes, definitely incorporate
some sort of fart joke. I don't do it around guys. I'll hold that shit in for at least
hold that shit.
at least a year. That's like a 1-year anniversary gift.
I remember.
You're saying you don't fart around guys for at least a year. I thought you were saying I don't fart around guys for at least a year. I hold that fart in and then I give it to them as an anniversary gift. Here's your 1-year anniversary gift, a fart that I've been holding in ever since we met.
Oh my God!
Maybe that's why you're having trouble finding a masculine man.
Romeo and Juliet.
Hey, the fart wants what the fart wants, right?
Oh my God!
Tom Petty and the Fart Makers.
Holy smokes! Okay,
Capulets. That gas out of your ass.
Capulets. Okay, 2 questions to finish off this episode.
Okay.
2 doozies. I'm gonna start asking these every episode to people.
Cool.
What is an unpopular opinion that you have?
That is a doozy.
And it can be silly, or serious, or sad.
I'll let Alba go first.
I don't have
unpopular
an
opinion.
Unpopular opinion.
And something that you think that most people would disagree with you.
It's hard to come up with it on the spot. I mean, I definitely have a lot of unpopular opinions.
Is there something you like that a lot of people hate? Or something that you hate that a lot of people like?
I'm trying to think of one that isn't dumb. Do you have anything?
I mean, nothing deep. I hate country music.
Oh yeah, I don't like country music.
That's a popular opinion, I would think.
A lot, no, but I depending on who you are, a lot of people love it.
where you're at in Shuby, I bet
Yeah.
that is an unpopular opinion.
Like
Here in the
everyone that I
city-
live with, they love country music. I've spent several nights listening to very loud, bad country music.
Oh, that's fair.
So
The thing is that I think it's about your proximity to
diversity.
diversity and like electronic devices.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
in a country where they have trees and no phones, that's where they like country music.
Right.
Country music is also so hacky. Did you guys watch the Canada Day house party yesterday?
I did not.
I had
Is that
to
the
watch
one in Plaskett?
yeah, Plaskett was on it, or maybe that was a separate one. I think Plaskett was separate. That was a Nova Scotia one.
Okay.
Plaskett's was super good. He had Mo Kenny on too. It was really good.
Oh, fuck, I missed that one.
But then, Sam Roberts was on the Canada Day house party and a bunch of other people.
Sick.
But Dean Brody was on there, and it was unbelievable how fucking hokey it is. Like, it's almost hack to say it, but like that. I listened to a country song backwards. It was great. The guy got his dog back. He got his car back. He got his wife back. It's like an old joke. And it's just true. It's what they're all fucking about. Like your thing, there's no problem beer can't solve.
Yeah.
Like he might as well have had, that might be a song. I don't know.
Yeah.
Right.
It's all just dumb
It's so bad.
Just
shit.
very
It's so bad.
Yeah.
And Sam Roberts was on right afterwards, and then you hear this like, I mean, it's not the most complicated rock music, but compared to a fucking country song,
Right.
it's like intricate and like high energy.
Have you
It's
heard
great.
Bo Burnham's country song?
Ooh, no.
No? Oh, dude, we gotta listen to
We gotta pull it up.
Pull it up right now. It's by far. I mean, I'm a big Bo Burnham fan. I love his clash between music and comedy. He does it so fucking well.
Well, before you put on Bo, I just came up with my unpopular opinion.
Oh, yes. What is
Okay.
it?
I don't think that women are people.
What do you think we are? If we're not
I
people.
don't know. Science hasn't figured it out yet.
Oh my God. I swear to God, YouTube listens to me.
Probably.
I mean, it might actually be.
Because I will be talking about something, and it's usually the first...
Oh, 3 months ago, though. That's probably why. Does he have a new Netflix special?
Nope.
That would be amazing if he
No,
does.
Netflix is just chopping up a lot of people's bits and placing them in like little clips now.
Oh, okay.
To attract more people to the...
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Women
to
are
attract
not
more to
people.
it.
Because I was really into Bo Burnham when I was in high school.
What
He's a
about
very
women,
funny
though?
guy.
You said they aren't people. Why did you say that?
I just wanted
I
to
love
say
it. We
something
breezed.
fucked. I don't know.
We breezed over that.
Yeah, no, I think ladies are people.
Okay, we're gonna watch.
Unpopular opinion.
That's a tough one.
I know
eh?
some people don't think that in comedy you should have Instagram and like
social media and stuff.
social media right away. But in my opinion, I think you should get it as quick as you can, so then you're always building a following.
Yep.
So then
I
once you
agree.
have the time to do a lot, people know you and they've watched you grow and get better.
That's a good point. I do think that you shouldn't put a lot of your early stuff up, though.
I don't think you should put your stuff up.
Bits. I think putting up unfinished bits is a bad idea, honestly.
Unfinished, right?
Roy Scovel talks about it quickly on a podcast that he does, I think, with either Mark or Pete Holmes. But he talks about how his first album, he made it, and he had like a lot of unfinished bits in there, and he did a lot of crowd work. And he said initially he wasn't like stoked on it, but then he realized it's like, oh, well, that's not a bad thing because now people come to my shows and they see those finished bits. So they got to
weren't
see.
burnt.
What's that?
He didn't burn the jokes.
Yeah,
because they
yeah.
weren't finished.
Because they still weren't 100% done. So they got to see like where it all finishes in a sense.
I mean, that's a fair point. On the other hand, wouldn't you rather?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you rather be the Beatles, where everything they put out was perfect?
Yeah.
I mean, not that that's in you
Yeah,
necessarily, but you know
Perfected.
what I mean?
It's like
to have a perfect product when you put it out. The idea of an album being,
a culmination of all that hard work.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why, I mean, a lot of people's first albums, musically, I don't know about comedically, because I haven't heard a lot of comedy albums.
Yeah.
But I find a lot of people, their first album's my favorite.
Yeah.
Interesting. Oh.
Because they have to put, like, nobody's putting out an album before they've been playing for 5 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, I could right now.
Unless you're Mitch.
Mitch might put out an album soon, although I would discourage him from doing that.
I would tell him it's a bad idea.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna watch country song.
I mean, I wouldn't put out an
Country
album
music
without
out
at
there.
least an hour of material.
Yeah.
25 minutes.
Oh, some people extending my name. Boo. That's also approval. I think country music
Maybe 3 hours.
gets a bad rep. You know, why is it that when Bruce Springsteen sings about a fucking turnpike, it is art, and then when someone sings about a horse, it's dumb inherently? I think some of the greatest songwriters of all time are country artists. Dolly Parton, Willie Nelson, you know? And if you're writing honestly, that is art, and I would never bash that. The problem is, with a lot of modern country music, what is called stadium country music, the sort of Keith Urban brand of country music, is that it is not honest. It is the exact opposite of honest. Where instead of people actually telling their stories, you got a bunch of millionaire metrosexuals who've never done a hard day's work in their life, but they figured out the words and the phrases they can use to pander to their audience, and they list the same words and phrases off sort of Mad Lib style in every song, raking in millions of dollars from actual working class people. You know the words, you know the phrases like a dirt road, a cold beer, a blue jeans, a red pickup, a rural noun, simple adjective. No shoes, no shirt, no Jews, you didn't hear that. Sort of a mental typo. I walk and talk like a field hand, but the boots I'm wearing cost $3,000. I write songs about riding tractors from the comfort of a private jet. I can sing in Mandarin.
So true.
You still know I'm pandering. Deer chasing trout, a Bud Light with the logo facing out. Hear that subtle mandolin? That's textbook pandering. I own a private ranch that I rarely use. I don't like dirt. One chorus in the bag. Now it's time to talk to the ladies. I'm hoping my southern charm offsets all these rapey vibes I'm putting out. Good girl in a straw hat with her arms out in a cornfield. That is a scarecrow. Thought it was a human woman. Sorry. A cold night, a cold beer, a cold jeans. Strike that last one. I'm whacking you. I hope you're feeling me. Subtextually. We go to bed, you doze off. So I take your country girl clothes off. I put my hands on your body. It feels like, hey, it's a fucking scarecrow again.
I love that. I love Bo Burnham.
For the people who do jobs in the towns that I've never moved.
I like he makes good songs.
Oh, yeah.
Like they're
That is cute. That is cute.
like they're catchy.
I do find musical comedy tough
Very tough.
to enjoy.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's good.
I got a tight grip on my demo's balls. Say the word truck, they jizz in their overalls. You don't know what land you're in.
What's this from?
What? I think.
Is it? Oh, okay.
Be up front.
I think I did watch his special when it came out, but that was a few years ago. now.
Two on
Make Happy is really good, right? Make
Yeah,
Happy.
that's the one I saw.
Yeah. Oh man, that was great.
I still, I don't know.
Yeah, it is.
It's but that style, like musical comedy's tough. I agree with you. But Bo, I think at least puts like a real good effort into his lyrics.
And there's jokes.
There's
Strong
jokes
in the
too. Like there's some fucking jabs in there.
Yeah.
It's so fucking
Well, the
funny.
his like the rehab for fictional characters and stuff like that, like all those old ones were super funny. Yeah, I love those. I haven't seen them in. I don't know.
What's your second doozy of a question here? Sam?
Okay, last question.
It's a real doozy.
What is an insecurity you have in comedy that you're working on?
Oh, I'm not present at all during any of my comedy.
What do you mean?
I'm not aware of what I'm doing. I'm just I'm not interacting with, and I'm trying to improve on that.
Like interacting with like crowd work?
Yeah, I don't look people in the eyes.
Oh, you look
at
up
them.
here.
Yeah, but I also am not. It's like a script almost. Like I'm trying to get better at it. But
Is that? But like it is that bad?
I think
Or is that
it's a
part of
style,
your
but I'd
style?
Like do you want to be crippled by having a style that doesn't require you to do crowd work? Like, I literally just don't do it. But, like, Matt, you're really good at having a conversation with the crowd, and it's super funny. Like, you came up with a good bit Tuesday about something to do with the Superstore.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's something funny happened anyways when you were, I forgot what it was exactly.
Yeah, pretty good
It's a good line.
running gag.
Yeah. And people will write on stage like that, and I don't really do that. But I would like to. And, you know, standing closer to the edge of the stage, and, you know, there's a bunch of things you have to do.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. I'm trying to get better at looser, as they call it, looser.
Being in the moment.
Yeah, being in the moment is literally, that's a big part of it.
And I think, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, like, I don't feel like I'm as open to something funny that I didn't prepare happening on stage.
Right.
So you miss out on a lot of, like, if something really fucked happened in the audience, I would, of course, have to refer to it. That's happened a couple of times.
Yeah,
Something weird did happen. But you could get a minute of laughs out of a moment like that. That would be better than any written laughs because it's an experience that everyone's seeing happen right now.
There's nothing else is like it.
Which is what makes it magic. Yeah. But you are good on the spot with your friends. Like, you're so good at being
talking.
quick
I just
so you gotta,
it's very frightening.
No,
it's
that's
natural,
totally fair.
When you're hanging out with comics, though, I will say this: when you're hanging around comics, it's like the ball's thrown up and you're all ready to hit it with their bat, right? But like when you're telling jokes to an audience, you're not expecting someone to throw the ball up.
That's right. So, you're not even thinking about that.
Yeah,
it just
that's
happens.
Not part of it. So then when someone throws the ball up, you like panic. So the idea being when you're in the moment is like people don't see that you have the bat, but you always have the bat because you're ready to hit one another park. But you don't want to rely on it. So for myself, I think I do way too much crowd work.
Which is
and
weird.
like my crutch is my crowd work, and I think I rely on it way too much.
And you have opposite issues.
We do.
That's fascinating.
That's fair. That's why we're such a great team, man.
Yeah,
you complement each other. You're like the masculine and feminine energy in an ideal relationship. Like Pat Allen.
Am I the
Pat Allen would
energy?
have. I think you might be.
Yeah, I mean that's probably fair. Now that I have this mustache, though, I'm pretty masculine now. I'm a police officer. That's an unpopular thing to be right now.
Yeah. I wanna be a police officer.
Yeah, I don't want to be a police officer.
No, that's fair. That's fair. That's really interesting. So, is that something? How do you think you could work on the crowd work thing? Not relying on it.
Doing less crowd work.
Like,
write more.
Yeah.
And like focus. Pardon me. Really focus on writing more. Because naturally I love being loose on stage and not knowing where I'm going.
Right.
Because it feels it adds to the thrill for myself. It's like a selfish thing almost to go up there and do it like that. But then also at the same time, my writing style I think is very much like I think a lot on stage. I write a lot on stage. So for me to not do crowd work at all or to not have those interactions with audience members, I think
would be fake.
Would be deterring me from writing in a sense. So it's like a healthy balance.
Yeah.
But I really want to be able to sit down and actually sit down and write more jokes and have a set where I can do 15 minutes and not even ask a question to the crowd. Because a lot of comics like Albert is great for that because his jokes are so fucking strong, so sharp, so clean, and just the brevity of them, the tightness of them, there's not a lot of wandering around. So, he cuts and delivers with it. And because of that, he doesn't have to worry about crowd work because there's no one that's going to be really heckling him or anything like that because his jokes don't wander enough.
Right.
It's true. I haven't had a lot of... I've had people heckle, but I've always just been... I had one guy at Fickle do that, and he was being really annoying. And he went on stage, subsequently I saw him, and I was like, listen, man, I get it, but, just nobody wants to talk to you when they're on stage. We'll ask you a question.
Was he talking back to you or just yelling?
Not exactly. He was just trying to become a part of the show.
Hate that.
Which is the worst.
But I
you'll
find
find
that very rarely.
You'll find beginner comics sometimes do that. Like dudes who are getting into it, but they don't have the right mentality will be like, oh yeah, Like, this is a good way to be like, I'm also funny. It's like, no, this isn't your turn. This isn't your time. And
right.
If this is the type of person you are, you're going to have a real fucking rough
That's
go.
what I specifically told him, is that you want comics to like you if you're trying to start in comedy, so you should not do things that all of them hate.
Was this someone?
Was
this someone who actually went up and did?
I'd seen him afterwards, yeah, and he did fine. And he apologized when I told him that it was really. I don't think he was trying to be a dick.
I wonder if that was. Do you remember the name?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I know the guy, but
I think I might know who it is. That's crazy.
He's not somebody who does it regularly, though.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think it is.
Yeah, that's so interesting that you guys. Do you guys benefit from writing with other comics, or is it more of a solo?
One of my favorite bits I've written recently was from our live show.
Yeah.
The Whiskey Dick joke.
Oh,
that was great.
yes.
I really like that joke.
Yes.
Oh, I was gonna do that transparent joke tonight.
What I know but how does it work? You should do it.
It's
or tell me afterwards if you don't remember.
It's I don't have kids, but I clearly identify as someone who does. I'm transparent.
Yeah.
It's not great, but
there's something there.
But the idea, to go back to like you're saying, writing solo as opposed to writing in a group, I think it goes back to the riffing aspect of something coming out of just having those interactions.
Yeah. And also too, like for me, it's awkward because like I love getting feedback from you guys and like whatever that is, but like I also am just like, but don't write the joke for me. Like let me try to write this, and because like I don't want to just take people's like there was something that Scott gave me that is like you should use this, like you should put this little thing in.
But also don't be afraid of that.
And I will do that, but I told them I was like stop writing my jokes for me because I want to write them. And if you want to lead me into that feedback, or if you want to like ask me questions and probe me to get me to what you think would make it funnier, that's different. But I feel bad having people like
someone just
write
gave you a premise and a punch right there. I think it's different. But if someone writes a tag or a punch in your voice because they've heard you do that joke, I think it's fair game. And I think if anything, it's not insulting to not take it, but it's almost like here's this treat, you should take it. And if someone's like, oh, well, I don't know if I want to take it, you should be like, but if you try it out and it works, it's yours. It's always been yours.
Right.
You did all the math for it.
Right.
The only reason I could get there is because you did all the work before it.
Right. Interesting. Okay. That's good to know. That's really good to know because I do feel bad sometimes because I think the other thing too is like I already feel like I have an unfair advantage as opposed to like someone who's just not friends with any comedians.
Yeah.
There's no unfair advantages, though. I mean, you've been putting a lot of work into this shit for like a while.
That is true. That is true. Yeah, no, that you're probably right about that. But we're gonna wrap it up because it's a fucking hot ass apartment, and it's a nice night.
Pretty warm. It's pretty warm.
It's very warm in here, and I don't know how to make it cooler. Like I have no choice. Add more fans, maybe. Right?
Put up some posters of some sweet bands.
Get some fans in here. Boys, are you guys still doing Insta Lives on Friday night?
Are we doing one tomorrow?
I don't know.
I'd be down to take the week off, honestly.
Yeah. We're take it. We're gonna look into transferring into podcasting anyway.
Yeah.
I think it'd be good to be able to release on a day without necessarily filming on that day, especially now that
we think we're gonna take over your space, maybe.
You should.
Yeah.
You should do some stuff here.
We'll rent it for you.
Honestly,
anytime.
if we could, that'd be sick.
Absolute, like 1,000%. Like I fucking love doing stuff like that. So
we'll come
by.
We'll
come here
buy you
anytime.
some McDonald's. You can hang out. We'll get.
I can like monitor while you guys do your thing.
That'd be sweet.
And make sure that the mics sound good and stuff.
That'd be sick.
But you got to follow these gems on social media. Because they're great and they're really, really funny guys and they're really good friends of mine and you guys have both been so like supportive of me and like just have helped me so much get to this point of being like I'm gonna get up on that fucking stage and I appreciate that about you guys so much.
You've been very supportive of us.
Of course.
Yeah. If there's one thing I should
and all the live stuff, definitely appreciate.
The nice thing about comics is if they don't think you're funny. They definitely won't encourage you to go on stage.
That's right.
Because if anything, it's just like
it's
taking stage time from them.
Yeah,
that's true.
So if I didn't think you were worth it, I wouldn't be encouraging you. I'd be like, don't fucking bother.
I think I've started seeing it that way too.
Yeah.
It's absolutely
Rather
true.
than they're just being nice.
Yeah,
you know?
People won't
Like,
give you advice if they don't think it's like
Because
about
it
like.
sucks
if
to
it's
go.
not-
Yeah, if somebody didn't think you could do it, they would encourage you because of how horrific it is to just go up there and bomb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
then
and
also
you might
just-
do that anyways, but
I might bomb. And
should bomb.
honestly, like, I'll just do a jig or
first
something.
thing a lot of people do.
Yeah.
You have to.
Yeah.
You have to.
I
But
know,
honestly, too.
I've literally never bombed. I've never, on a scale of 1 to 10, I've never done less than 11.
Oh my god.
I've bombed a shit ton.
I performed in front of one person, and he literally pissed himself.
How old was he?
Was it a mirror?
It was me. It's me in my bathroom mirror. That's a good place to end it.
Dear Lord. Okay, so it's comedian Matt Baker.
Comedian _Matt_Baker on Instagram.
And
I think Albert Coombes Comedy.
Albert Coombes Comedy. You are?
Albert Coombes Comedy. And yours is?
Sarah Mackle.
Sarah Mackle.
And Intoxicated Podcast everywhere. Subscribe, leave a review. Let me know if you like this shit because life has been hard lately and it's been hard to do this every week. But I'm still here. Thank you guys so much for coming on.
Thanks for watching the Intoxicated Podcast.
You actually get to physically ring the bell now.
Well, let's do 2 for 1. You hit my hand onto it.
Can I start the hit?
Yeah.
And ring that bell. Ooh, dang, that ring.